up next, Business Report producer David Weir talks with Boca Raton College planning expert J.J. Greene, who heads up a very successful company called Ducerus, which advises parents and students alike on college solutions. Dave asked J.J. what his company was all about.
Well, our company is Ducerus, which is from the Latin root ducere, to lead or guide, and we work with students and families preparing them for college, the students academically and the parents financially.
I got you. Financially, with so you know, the college tuition today is just going out of sight. It's outrageous, some of the tabs that these schools are charging, you know, and what's your comment on that?
Well, education is expensive. Outrageous, as you said, is being kind. Most families really cannot afford the best education out there.
I got you. You know, I've often wondered, you know, okay, is it $50,000 or $60,000 a year at Harvard? Is that any better education than going to the University of Florida for maybe $5,000 or $6,000 a year? Or more?
Well, and I was going to say the state schools, believe it or not, now, David, are at least $20,000 a year, and our elite schools are $65,000 a year. But it's an investment. It's an investment in our kids and our children and in their future. It depends what that investment is going to return. So at some schools and at some careers and majors and occupations we want to get into, at a Harvard or an Ivy League, obviously we're going to have a different Rolodex when we come out in different contexts.
You know, that's a direct route to Wall Street with that type of stuff, right. Harvard and Yale and all that stuff.
And if you're going to make a $250,000 investment, you want to make sure that return is there, that we're coming out with a career that is equal to that.
I know guys who make six-figure salaries and so forth. They got two kids and they can't afford to send them to college. I mean, and they have to get financial aid. How do you organize a pitch for a parent to get financial aid?
Well, again, it all goes back to planning, and the sooner we start the planning, the better the results.
Right.
But there is merit money available for the better students, the students with talents and with good academics, and there's need-based aid for families with financial need. So you need to look at their situation today, figure out what the estimated cost will be, and then put together a cohesive plan to pay their share of expenses without incurring debt.
I got you. Okay, so it works for the student. It's the educational merit versus a financial need from the parents. So you kind of work it out both ways.
We want to get the best of both worlds.
Well, right now, how is business for you?
It's always a little hectic this time of, well, it's hectic all year, but this time of year, students are getting ready to choose their schools. May 1st is a deadline to choose their schools. So the students right now are getting in last-minute acceptances from their dream schools.
Right.
And parents are getting in financial aid paperwork, so hopefully they'll get some award letters giving them some much-needed grants and scholarships to help them pay their share.
Well, listen, okay, so if you're a parent, and you get a letter saying, okay, we're going to give you a scholarship for your kid, and the parent looks at it and said, well, you know, maybe I need more than that. Can you ask for more?
Yes. That's called an appeal process, and believe me, regardless of the award letter, every parent feels they need more. That's just the situation with the great cost. But there's an appeal process, and we appeal for the right reasons, and you have to do that in April prior to the May 1st deadline.
Right.
And you would appeal for changes in financial ability to pay, for instance, medical bills, divorce, loss of employment. And we also like to appeal because we have good students that have 5 or 6 or 8 schools that have accepted them, and they compete for the best students. So we can ask schools to give us more money based on the merit of our student as well.
For grades, good grades, really
good
counts
grades,
a lot.
Community service, other things that they do that make them coveted.
How about athletic scholarships? Do you get involved in that?
We do. Those are kind of, they're not a huge part of the pie because there's so many more athletics available today than there was when we went to school. There was the 2 or 3 major sports.
Yeah, you're right.
Now there's 10 or 15. So athletic scholarships, families spend a lot of time chasing those, and usually there is more money available in other ways. But anytime we can use their athletic prowess or their musical talents or anything else to help benefit us, that's part of the equation.
All right, well, JJ, we're going to put up your website and your telephone number on the screen right now, so any of the viewers are interested in helping their kids get a few bucks to go to school, to go to college rather, they can give you a call. And thanks a lot for being here. And also thanks a lot for doing what you're doing, because it's extremely important for our South Florida youth and the parents.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And they can go to our website and they can look at the upcoming workshops and attend any of our free workshops to get a nice education.
Yeah, that's terrific. All right, JJ, thanks again.
Thank you as always.